Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal Bosio with Mortgage Universe, where real deals get done. And that's why I love these loans. Like I said, number one, it's, I don't have to look at income, which is great. I don't have to look at debts or worry about DTI, debt to income ratio, as the loan officer trying to get you approved. But I also love the fact that it's a really easy way to help people build their real estate portfolios, whether, whether you already own one property or zero properties, or whether you own 10 or 20 properties. This is the loan this is the loan that allows you to have 10 and 20 properties. So if you're listening to this video and you already own 7 properties, I'm assuming, or you probably have done this type of loan before. And that's basically how these individuals are building these real estate portfolios. And eventually, when they're a little bit older, if they keep doing this, they have 20 to 50 properties, and that's what they have for their retirement. They don't work normal jobs. And if that's something that you're seeking, this could be a good way to start it. So I talked about doing a cash out refinance. Now, the only caveat, I wouldn't even call it a caveat with this product. It's really more of just something to know. The interest rates on these products are generally very competitive right now. A lot of people think that these types of investor loans have much higher interest rates, but these are not private money loans. These are not hard money loans. These are debt service coverage ratio loans. So to some degree, yes, they are. The interest rates can be a little bit higher. However, a lot of lenders right now are offering the ability to prepayment penalties. With these loans, lenders may offer anywhere from a 0-year prepayment penalty to a 5-year prepayment penalty. A very common prepayment penalty for someone to choose is a 3-year because it gets you a great term. Lots of times, these interest rates on a 3-year prepayment penalty are phenomenal. And they're even more competitive than, at least right now, they're more competitive than doing a conventional loan investment property. Now, the whole thing about the prepayment penalty, a lot of people get weird about it, but the truth is that investors don't care about prepayment penalties. They typically have these loans anywhere from 3 to 7 years or longer anyway. After 3 years, the prepayment penalty disappears. But let's just say, in a couple years, you wanted to either refinance if the rates drop, or if you decide, I'm getting a really great deal, someone wants to buy this house, I'm gonna be making 150 grand on it or whatever, and you wanna sell the home. Well, there are prepayment penalties involved. So let's just say you choose a 3-year prepayment penalty. Lots of times it's what's called a step down. So if you try to pay off the loan or sell the home within the first year, you pay a 3% prepayment penalty. So that would be 3% added to whatever your balance is at that time. So if it's a $200,000 balance at that time, 3% is $6,000 on that. So whatever your balance is, they're gonna add $6,000. But that's if you sell it within the first year. Why would you buy the home as a rental and sell the home within 12 months? Unless you're getting this great deal where someone just found the home and wants to purchase it from you and offer you $200K over asking. Well, then it's worth paying that $6,000 anyway. Anyway, the next year it drops down to 2%. The next year it drops down to 1%. So let's just say your balance is 150 at the time, that you want to sell or refinance the home. In that third year, it's a 1% prepayment penalty. I mean, that's not bad. You're adding $1,500 to the balance. If it meant refinancing to a rate that's 2% lower, even 1% lower, or if you're trying to sell the home for a profit, it's not really that big of a deal, right? To professional investors, they don't care about stuff like that. They understand how it works. They're making money. They're cash flowing. Their return on investment is usually great to the point where they're not really worried about a prepayment penalty. Some lenders will not do a step down like a 3-2-1. Some lenders will have a 3-year prepayment penalty, and it's 5% no matter what year. Until that third year, it's gone, right? So it just depends on the lender. It depends on the investors that are behind the funding that deal.